8 hours and 53 minutes on this SD card.
What episode number is this?
11.
Oh.
I think. You may want to...
I think you're right. I'll just go with it.
Okay.
We might be wrong. Are we ready?
Yep, let's go.
What is up, everybody? Welcome to episode TCO of number 11 and something like that. I messed it up last time, I think, too, and that's how we're doing it today. I'm your host, Jacob. This is the other host. What's your name?
Josiah. Approximately episode 11.
Approximately episode 11.
Yeah.
We think it's episode 11. Yeah, dude, because I remember thinking that environmentalism was a lame one to be number 10, I think. I was like, number 10 should be something awesome, and it was environmentalism.
Like time travel.
Time travel part 2, the beckoning. We're definitely calling it that. I think I've called it that like 2 or 3 times now.
Oh, now we have to.
Yeah.
All the fans will expect it.
Yeah, they're
to
just
be called
requesting
that.
it that. Yeah. So, Josiah, what have you been eating this week?
I've got gummy bears.
What kind are those?
Fruity gummy bears.
Nice.
It's
Are we sponsored by them now?
Fruity Gummy is the brand? Well, I guess it is, yeah. Fruity Gummy. I got them from the dollar store.
Oh, yeah, that sounds like a dollar store brand. At least it's better than like those Haribo gummies or whatever. I freaking hate those commercials. That song is like terrible, and you know what I'm talking about with the kids and it's like golden bags and stuff. I'll never give them my money ever because I can't stand those commercials.
They have those at the dollar store.
Do they?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well.
That's funny. I haven't seen those commercials.
Oh, they're really bad. I can't stand them.
Cool.
So what are we talking about today, Mr. JS?
Solipsism? Or is there like a silent P in there?
No.
I feel like it's a
Let
word
me turn my volume up and play this. It's not playing. Okay, don't worry about it. I pressed the wrong button.
I feel like solipsism should start with a P, like a silent P, like PSO.
No, it doesn't.
LO.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't.
Okay. Alright, you got that?
I'm trying to get it to play. My 4G is not working too well in your house. Oh, I'm connected to your Wi-Fi.
Well, this just deflated the entire
It
episode.
did, dude.
Just stop listening
now this episode is about how bad Josiah's Wi-Fi is.
Dude, I don't think you've ever signed into it, actually. Have you? Have I
think
given you
so.
the passcode?
I think so. It wouldn't auto-connect if I didn't have it.
No, it will.
No, it never does that.
Oh, my phone is. Okay, well.
Nailed it. Okay, well, it's not playing. It's solipsism. That's the correct way to pronounce it. I'm like 90% sure.
Well, now we'll never know.
We will never know. I think in one episode I accidentally said solipsism.
That's the same thing.
No, I swapped the I and the O though.
Oh,
By accident.
okay.
Yeah. Okay.
And we're also...
Solipsism.
Nailed it. Hear that? It's not happening again, so I hope you heard it.
You only get one chance, man.
Yeah.
That's not how... He said it differently. He said
Solipsism.
Yeah, but he was more excited than you.
That's true. He was like, solipsism.
He
Yeah.
said it with an exclamation point at the end.
It's true. Even though in the pronunciation there's no exclamation mark. There's some kind of like upside down E or something. Yeah, upside down E.
Oh, that's the phonetic letter, alphabet or whatever.
Okay, so why are we talking about this, Josiah? Why are we talking about this?
Dude, honestly, because we couldn't think of a better topic.
Josiah doesn't like this topic idea. This was my topic idea. I think we need to talk about it. And I'm wearing an inanimate existence shirt to go with the theme here.
Oh, so meta, dude.
I know, dude. I tried to do that. I tried to find the shirt that most heavily relates to the topic. For environmentalism, it was clearly my Domino shirt.
I'm wearing a blank.
It's not blank, dude. You got branding on there. We're going to have to blur that out.
Minus the branding. It's a blank, which represents the emptiness of this ideology. So,
whoa, dude. Okay, so what is solipsism?
That's, I was just wondering that. See, it's not that I don't like it, it's that I don't know what it is. Well, I kind of know what it is. Well,
Okay.
I had the speech class and this guy gave a speech about it.
Oh, did he?
Yeah. He didn't explain it very well, but, I mean, he only had like 5 minutes.
Well, it's the view or theory that the self is all that can be known to exist.
Well, thanks for watching, everybody. We appreciate you. Subscribe, Jacob. Where can people find you?
What is like there not to understand about that? It's pretty basic. So like the theory is that because we are 100% in our own brain, and your brain is basically not necessarily creates everything, but everything is filtered through your brain. And so there's a theory that maybe everything isn't filtered through your brain, and your brain is actually just creating everything around you. But not in the sense that like I'm creating my own reality by my choosing, but in the sense that I'm only confident that I exist because these things, there's no way to prove that these things are real, I guess.
Right.
Like I always use like The Matrix as like the best example, I think. Like I remember like when I was really young and I first thought of this idea, and I was like, whoa dude, what if I'm the only person that actually exists and everyone around me is just like robots programmed to...
Wait, you thought of this before The Matrix?
No, because The Matrix came out in like 2000
99.
or something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd seen The Matrix at the time.
I
have no idea.
I thought that's what you were suggesting.
No, but The Matrix is like the perfect example because, well, it's sort of like after like 2 and 3 when we get into the whole actual reality world and stuff, things start getting out there. But you know, like the whole concept was like the whole world around you is not existing as you know it. And so that's what solipsism is the belief that only you exist. Or rather, I think if you can take it to the extreme and say only your thoughts exist and your body doesn't necessarily even exist. Sorry, dude.
Yeah, but so that's basically the entire theory, is that you just can't know what's real and what's not. Right?
Yeah, that's basically it.
Outside of yourself.
It's
really outside of your mind.
Yeah, it's kind of like a selfish idea, like thinking that you're the only thing that could exist. But it's also like, well, I mean, is it selfish of me to think that if I am the only thing to exist, and then it's just everything-ish?
Yeah, but if only you exist, and everyone around you is a projection of your own mind,
Mm-hmm.
then why can't I control everything?
Like in a lucid dream or something where you can control things?
Yeah, why have I set immutable laws in this world I've created, like physics?
Well, I think part of the
and
theory,
gravity and
or different,
the speed of light that's
right,
constant
I think
anywhere in the universe.
I think variants of the theory. Stop messaging me, Justin. This is you messaging me. So if you watch this, stop.
Yeah, Justin.
I think like one of the things that goes along with the theory is like with the Matrix movies. It's like, well, maybe I'm in a world that was created by someone else, and I'm the only one that exists. Like I'm in a virtual reality, basically.
Okay. Now, in the Matrix, was everybody in their own existence, or were they all in a shared universe? They were all in a shared universe.
They were all in a shared universe, which is why the Matrix isn't the perfect example.
Okay. Because what solipsism suggests is that that's not true, right? It's like I'm only interacting...
Yeah.
Well, see, it's not, because it's only suggesting that you can only know what's happening inside your own mind, right? So other things could be real, you just can't know if they are.
Right, it's the idea
like
that you can only know that I might be real. Yeah.
But I can't know that.
Right.
As far as I know, I'm talking to a computer.
And there's this weird thing here where we got this balance where I hear you saying that and I'm thinking, okay, is this computer programmed to tell me that so I might think that he has the same thought processes and ideas that I have? And is your brain telling you that I'm saying this to create this scenario, right?
Yeah, because because you think of the world as like these individual actors. Like independent individual thinkers, you know?
Right.
But to suggest that you're the only one that's actually thinking,
mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And everybody else is on some kind of a script or something.
Right. It's such a
kinda
weird
ridiculous.
concept. Well, like most people throw it out as soon as they hear it, and it is kind of ridiculous. But really,
Yeah, because like honestly, like you can't make any like it just doesn't lead you anywhere really.
I think it's like while in the end it might not lead you anywhere. I don't think it's something that should just be thrown out though, because I mean, there's a reason it exists. Like the whole concept makes
somebody thought of it. That's why.
No, like there's not like a lot of like there's nothing that like throws out the theory. Like there aren't like anti-solipsists out there. You can't really do anything to deny it, right? Because you can't prove it.
Well, there's atheists.
Okay, atheists could be solipsists.
No, I'm saying
gonna
like
be a hard one to say.
Like, you know, you can't totally throw out the idea of a God existing because there's no conclusive evidence. You know what I mean?
Some people think there is conclusive evidence.
That there is no God?
Yeah, and those are like the true atheists, I think.
Huh.
I mean, isn't there like a book by someone just called like There Is No God? I forget who.
Probably so, but okay, fine. I'm a
anti-solipsist.
Anti-solipsist.
You think it's just 100% not possible at all?
Yeah.
What's the reasoning behind that?
Just the evidence.
What evidence?
The inconclusive but highly suggestive evidence.
Because it's inconclusive, you think that the world around us can't be our imagination?
Right. That's basically the atheists, like, right? That's basically atheism.
I think that's more agnosticism. I think
No, but I'm saying solipsism is totally false. In the way an atheist say that.
Yeah, but you're saying
saying
lack of evidence, and I think lack of evidence is more agnostic than atheist.
Okay, never mind.
Okay, anyways, so I didn't actually study for this because I wanted us to like wing it just like last week and see how it goes. And we're a little casual, so we can do this, right? So I'm on the Wikipedia page here. And it says, denial of materialistic existence in itself does not constitute solipsism. So that's interesting. So, like, if maybe...
So, like, monks aren't solipsists, even though they don't have a lot of material possessions?
What?
Right?
That's not how that works. What?
That's just one example.
Are you saying that monks deny that materials exist?
No, I said... monks aren't necessarily solipsists just because they don't have a lot of material possessions.
I don't think monks are ever considered solipsists.
That's what I just said.
Okay.
Yeah, so my example stands.
That was all. Apples aren't necessarily oranges because apples aren't always orange. Like, that's exactly what you just said.
No, you totally missed it.
No, I didn't.
Read that statement again.
Denial of material existence in itself does not constitute solipsism. What in that sentence has you thinking of monks at all?
Monks deny themselves material possessions.
Denial of the existence, not denial of material.
Wait, read that statement one more time.
Denial of materialistic existence in itself does not constitute solipsism. That's twice you've, like, done goofed on air, sir.
Why? It's on purpose, obviously.
Yeah, it is. It's part of the show.
It's to bring out the casual nature of the...
It's true, we are very casual.
I gotta lower the bar.
Do you?
Yeah. Under promise, over deliver. That's what my boss always tells me.
Well, see, I think the issue here is this time we don't have an expert or a host, and so we're both just gonna, like...
No, you're the expert here.
No, you're the expert.
Yeah,
I'm the host, even though I'm basically probably going to go through this Wikipedia page and we're going to, like, talk about each individual point.
Okay, so... what was that statement again?
Jeez, dude. Denial of materialistic existence in itself does not constitute solipsism. So what they're saying is, even though we believe that the world around us does not necessarily exist, we don't, like... We could deny that the other people around us exist, but not necessarily the materials. Like this world, these objects around us exist, but these people might not necessarily have the thought structure and the sentience that we actually do. These people could be just like a material. I think that's the idea.
Oh, so again, I'm the only person that's real.
Right. Well, that's solipsism in itself. But I mean,
but
I
the
think
materials around me could be.
Yeah.
Just not the people.
Yeah. Like, I wouldn't deny that this. What is this even? A desk?
Yeah, it's
it's like ingrained though.
Yeah.
It's a built-in desk.
It's an old house. They used to do that.
Okay, yeah, they did. You're right. But yeah, I don't have to deny that this desk exists in order for me to deny that you are a sentient being just like myself. You could be programmed.
Okay, cool.
Let's just go through this Wikipedia page. Possibly the most controversial feature of the metaphysical solipsistic worldview is the denial of the existence of other minds. Basically, exactly what we were saying, where
That's such a weird concept.
Why is it so weird? It doesn't seem that off.
Because I mean, if you're going to deny that there's no other individuals, or at least obviously it's really saying is you can't know whether or not anyone outside of yourself is actually a real individual.
Right.
You know, like that's all fine because you can't know anything, right?
Right. Because you can't experience their lives ever.
Right, but...
And even if you could, even if you had, a brain transfer or something, or, in, Freaky Friday or something, where you were I'm now this person, you couldn't even 100% say, oh, this person has a brain, because you'd be like, well, no, this is me and this person's brain.
But does it even... I don't understand how it even benefits you to think along those lines, because it doesn't take you anywhere. You know what I mean? Like, if let's say you are some sort of construct of my mind or construct of something else outside of me that is real, but everyone or the people that are perceivable to me aren't actually a real thing.
Right? Or you watching at home, we don't necessarily exist.
Oh, good point. Good point.
Yeah. Because we're referring to each other, but they're just watching us on YouTube.
Ah, right. See, that's what I'm saying. So even if you do believe that, it doesn't do you any good. There's no actions or anything that you can really take based on that mindset, because whether you're some sort of construct of my mind or somebody else's, right? If I hit you, you're gonna hit me back.
No, I probably won't.
If I run a stoplight, either a real cop or a construct of my mind cop is going to pull me over.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just where does this go? Where does this lead us? What does that lead us? What kind of conclusions can we draw, or new questions can we ask ourselves based on the fact that people outside of us may not be real?
Well, you brought up the morality thing of you hitting me, there's repercussions, or running a stoplight or whatever. And I think people, if there were some people who truly believed it, they could use it as justification for immoral actions without if let's say they wanted to, on a personal level, they could murder someone and know that they're going to jail, but on a personal level they might not feel bad about it because they're oh, that person was just, not a sentient, awesome being like myself, and I'm being punished by these other people who are also not these sentient beings, and they could all be robots, or they could all be part of this one same mind, and they're punishing me for killing one of them off or something, right? But he could use it to justify it to himself, that these, it's me against the world. You're an edgy pop rock band from, I don't remember what that band is called. Anyways.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You wouldn't.
You're saying no. You were saying that we don't gain anything from it. But what I'm saying is, a person who does identify as a solipsist could say, that could be one of the reasons that they do, is to justify immoral actions. Which we say, well, you're retarded for doing that, and you shouldn't be justifying immoral actions. But to them, it's like, well, you're just saying that because you're a false creation or whatever. You're not a sentient being.
There's something. See, that's another thing. Like, suggesting, like, the idea that the people around you aren't real, only you are, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that does lead you to some weird questions about. Okay, so where are these things that I'm perceiving coming from?
Right.
Like, if you're the only person that's real, where are my words coming from that I'm speaking to you right now?
Right.
Right?
And
is it a construct of your own mind? Obviously not, because if it was, why would you put these Why would you?
Well, okay. I don't think your limitations theory is like viable. I think
Why?
Like you're saying, why would we put these limitations on ourselves? It's like, well,
if you were going to create, if the entire
world
around you is,
I don't think the theory is necessarily that the entire world around you is created. And if it is, then you run into a lot of issues, and the whole theory can be tossed out because.
Well, no, there's two different possibilities. One is that it's a construct of your own mind.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so everything around you is subconsciously being created by you.
Right.
Okay.
Or it's a creation of someone else.
Or the other theory is something outside of you has dropped your mind into this world. Mm-hmm. Which would make more sense.
Which is
why there's rules.
Yeah, that's the the more clear one.
But then that would suggest that there is something else real.
Okay.
Be it some sort of cosmic entity, or I don't know.
So when we're defining solipsism, I think part of the theory needs to state that everything that we can experience, we cannot verify as real except for our own brain. Because we won't be able to experience that like outer reality or something until something happens. Like we could technically
if something created this reality and dropped me in it,
like it would have Matrix.
Right, it would have to exist outside of it.
Right.
Which would mean that there is something else real outside of me.
But in order to further the theory of solipsism, we need to just accept the fact that if you believe that just your brain created everything, there's an issue because where is your brain?
Could be in your body.
Right, it could be in your body, but where is your body? Like, you believe all this stuff exists, but again, I guess if you believe the material stuff works, and I guess that does kind of work. So you could believe that material things exist, and laws of nature exist, and laws of physics exist, but you could be of the belief that animals and humans and stuff that you experience, their brains are just your own brain projecting that to you.
That's what I'm saying.
And so
but if that's true, though, why would you?
Your brain's not creating the laws of nature or the laws of physics in this scenario.
Oh, just the material world exists.
Right, the material world exists.
Okay, so those laws are in place, like matter exists along with you, and
time and space and all that exists.
Those are all real, but just the other people aren't. Okay, that makes more sense.
Which is, I mean, it does sound like a little crazy, because at some point you have to figure out, you have to stop and think, why would I be the sentient one who's doing all this and stuff? Or
because you can think for yourself.
Right. But what I'm saying is, would you have to stop and think and be did evolution allow me to be the one that's not, or the one that's separate from all these people? Are these other people are they biologically you know what I'm saying? Are they biologically just acting in a manner that is, I guess, instinctual?
Wait a minute. Here's where this theory starts to crumble.
Oh, this theory started to crumble a long time ago. We already.
Well, no. Here's an interesting thing. So let's say that individuals around me are a product of my subconscious or something. Mm-hmm. But we have physical laws because the material world is real.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's assume all that. Well, if that's true, then the things that I interact with, the inanimate objects that I interact with, like this camera,
Mm-hmm.
wouldn't exist without somebody with different knowledge than I have creating it. Like, say for instance, this camera.
Right.
So when I went to Best Buy and bought it, if I was the only one that was actually real, then I couldn't dream up this camera. You see what I'm saying?
But I mean, what I was saying is like the instinctual thing. Like you're just the other people could just be like letting nature happen, and while they could be intelligent beings, they might not necessarily have the same like mind that we have, or that I have rather. You know what I mean?
You don't know if I'm real.
Yeah, exactly. I don't. You're probably not, dude. I'm probably, like, 10 years from now, spoiler alert, by the way, there's going to be a spoiler alert about Fight Club in a second. Spoiler alert. You can turn this off now.
Uh-oh.
10 years from now, I could, like,
That's what you should be watching.
go
right
back
now.
and watch these YouTube videos and find that I'm actually just hosting both conversations. And I'm like, so Tyler. You know what I mean?
Well, only one of you could have a name, though.
Well...
Because you know Edward Norton doesn't have a name in that.
Well, people refer to him as the narrator, but I think he is actually... By the way, seriously, like, turn this off if you don't want Fight Club spoilers.
Go watch Fight. That's what you
Yeah,
should be
turn
doing
this
right
off and
now.
go watch Fight Club. We're
Yeah.
not even joking about this. Turn this off and go watch Fight Club.
Yeah. Legally.
Like, that's my favorite movie of all time, and if I'm spoiling it for you right now, that sucks.
Then you should just cut yourself.
I should.
Because it's the worst spoiling your favorite movie for somebody.
It is, okay, never mind. Let's stop talking about Fight Club.
No, you gave proper warning. Now you can just spoil it.
Okay, I did give proper warning. Yeah,
You're not responsible anymore.
Like, yeah, he's called the narrator, but I always feel like he is Tyler.
Well, in the end, you find out that he is.
No, I mean, like,
His face
I
is-
would just call him Tyler as one person because that's the name we were given, and we find out he's one person. I mean, other people call him, what was it, Jack, right? Because I am Jack's medulla oblongata or whatever. Oblongata, I don't know how to say that word.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what you're talking about.
When he's reading the book,
I just don't know what body part that is.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and so people refer to him as Jack or the narrator or whatever, but I would refer him as Tyler.
That's
Even
in the book a lot.
What?
Well, see, I think he's referring.
Oh, the I am Jack's whatever. Yeah.
Like they'll just throw that in at random points in the book.
Yeah.
Like, oh, I am. Wait, does he say Jack every single time?
I think so. Yeah.
No, I think that might have just been in the magazines.
The magazines.
Yeah, he was reading that from a magazine. Remember?
No, he's reading it from like a book, I think.
No. Remember, Tyler.
Oh yeah, he said it's
had a buttload of
yeah, he said it's an article
medical
on
journals or
from the
something.
perspective of
of the body parts.
Yeah.
So that's just the magazine would have had a name in there.
Yeah, sure. So it was Jack, I guess.
Yeah.
But I mean, he is just the narrator. Chuck, however you pronounce his last name. How do you pronounce his last name?
Who?
Pollocknuck or something? The author of Fight Club.
Yeah, that's right.
That
No,
doesn't
it's
sound
not,
right.
It's not.
He said he doesn't like the name Jack, and so he said if he were to ever name the character, he would name him Cornelius just to piss off fans. But so we can call him Cornelius.
Okay. Good.
Anyways, so yeah, we were talking and you said you didn't exist, and we went on a tangent. Spoilers off. We actually probably should put annotations here and be like, this is the time where spoilers are off. So
Yeah, you should do that.
I will. Dang, dude, I don't even know what I was talking about. We rabbit holed so far.
You were.
Oh, we were talking about how your brain could be instinctual to create these things. Like you could be intelligent, but I don't necessarily know that you are you have the same view that I do, where you're like viewing through your own eyes, thinking your own thoughts in your brain, and feeling.
But do I
everything.
look like myself?
Maybe. What?
Okay, let's say what? Yeah, because you're
Why
saying
is that
I'm some
relevant?
kind of an animal,
Basically, yeah.
or are the people around
You could be an animal, and some reason I have a theory that I evolved in some way through a mutation. Glad we did the evolution episode. Through a mutation to have this self-realization.
We are trying really hard to make this theory work.
I'm not trying hard at all, dude.
We were reaching. Yeah, I see what you're saying, because you're saying animals. If the material world exists, then animals exist, and then maybe people are just animals.
Right, and some reason I evolved
But
to have.
you're the only one that can actually
Yeah.
think at that level.
Or maybe some others do, but
You
like,
can't know that for
yeah,
sure.
yeah, I can't know that for sure. Exactly. I mean, it could be like random ones. You know, like there's 7 billion people on the planet or something. Chances are, at some point through history, there have been more than one person who had a mutation that let them be self-realized, I guess.
We're taking this philosophical idea and turning it into like
Well, we have to make it work, dude.
turning it into like a comic book.
Are we?
I mean, this is the kind of thing that happens in comic books.
What?
It's just a really far out narrative that you're creating
okay.
to try and like fit this.
Well, you were making like objective statements, like, okay, this throws out this theory completely. So I'm saying no, not necessarily. It could have happened like this, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you got my example about the camera, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying your
Because if the
camera.
material world exists and I can interact with it,
Mm-hmm.
then that means that the things I'm interacting with, but none of the people around me are real, right?
I think it's
If
more.
they're
of,
not real, then how could they make things that
It's the
I'm
idea
interacting
that
with?
your own mind exists. Like, I believe that you're real. I believe that you probably have a brain, just like an animal has a brain and stuff. But your mind, like,
My
you know,
consciousness.
if you are not, I mean, if you are a sentient being just like I am,
My
like I am,
sentience.
then you should be able to understand that it's how it works.
That it's what?
You should be able to understand how sentience works if you are actually a sentient being.
Right, which I do.
Yeah, okay. Well,
So I'm
maybe.
probably sentient.
Okay. Well, no, I'm not
But no,
necessarily.
but you just can't know it. That's the only thing that the theory is saying, right?
Well,
Just that you can't know.
right.
But like I said, it's worthless.
But it's
to
still
try and
totally-
conjecture.
Well, if you wanted, there are reasons to do it. Is the point?
Yeah, if you want to go on a murdering spree, you could be like, yeah, those people aren't even real. They're just constructs of my
Or
mind.
just like
somebody
not
else's.
even a murdering spree. Just think like just anything like that. Like for example, religions or something, or like doing anything that you don't necessarily want to do. I guess hedonistic. Like you could be like, well,
It's a
these
whole other philosophy.
these guys don't necessarily exist in the way that I exist, and so I can actually just do whatever I want in this world because I am the greatest being here, I guess.
You're thinking at on the highest plane.
Right.
That's so. It just sounds so arrogant.
I mean, well, yeah.
I mean, I guess
it's
not,
an arrogant theory to be like, oh, I'm the only one that exists. Like,
Yeah, you all live to serve me.
yeah.
That's insane. This is a psychopath.
You're saying it's insane, and you're saying it's a psychopath, but to me, you're just saying that to get me to defer from the idea. Whoa.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm trying to do.
Well, yeah, because I'm living in a world created by someone else instead, and I'm not living in a world that's just my own brain. I'm living in a Matrix type world, and you are programmed to try to get me to not think this way, so I don't find out how it goes. I don't find out that I'm actually living in an AI world.
I would love that, dude.
If you were in an AI world, why would you love that?
Because it means anything's possible.
It also means that this, like, pathetic existence is not all there is to it.
That'd be great too.
That's pretty
That's
exciting.
also exciting
Like,
premise.
yeah, the greatest adventure is what lies ahead, guys. So
Whoa. Man, what if we could...
deep, like, Hobbit theory right there.
Man, what if we could just ascend to the next plane of existence? It's like a higher form of living, you know.
Yeah, and we could listen to Bismal Dawn all day, and then we could level that plane. Ha! Metal jokes. They have an album called Leveling the Plane of
I thought that was a
Existence.
musical reference.
It was a musical reference.
Oh, metal music.
Uh-huh.
Because of steel string guitars. It's made out of metal.
There's no conceptual or logically What? That's weird. There's no conceptual or logically necessary link between mental and physical, between, say, the occurrence of a certain conscious experience or mental states and the possession and behavioral dispositions of a body of a particular kind. That's interesting. So, what it was saying earlier is the idea of I think, therefore I am, or I think, therefore... Are you asleep?
No.
Your eyes are like really red. Either you're like really tired or you were smoking pot earlier.
A little bit of both.
Funny story about that actually. Can I tell a funny story on air?
Please, too.
Okay. Last night I was delivering pizza and it was like my last delivery of the night and I get to this person's house and it's some lady, a mom I guess or something. And she's like, "Oh, did they order pizza?" And I'm like, "I guess." There was some guy on the phone and she's like, "Okay, let me go get him." And she goes around the house, and I don't see what she's doing, but
Wait, no, on the outside or the inside?
No, inside. She goes.
The door's open.
Yeah, the door's open, and I guess she knocks on a door or something, and says, "So and so, did you order pizza?" And I didn't hear what he said. And then he walks out, and she's like, "What were you doing in there?" He's like, "Nothing." She's like, "Smoking pot?" He was like, "No." She's like, "Don't lie to me." He's like, "No, I wasn't." And then he gets to the door, and he's just like reeking of pot, and his eyes are like clearly red, like. Your mom called you out on it, and she clearly knows. Why are you still lying about it? Like, you ordered pizza, too. Like, that's 3 signs.
Smell,
Smell, eyes, and,
munchies.
yeah. I was like, that's ridiculous. Why are you lying? Like, she clearly didn't care. But I guess because he was high, he was like, oh, all paranoid or something. But, anyway, so... Yeah,
he's operating on a higher plane of existence. He's ascended.
Okay, so the theory is that, like, I guess, I was talking about that I think, therefore I am. So I think, therefore my thoughts exist, but nothing else necessarily exists. What this was saying, where there's no mental and physical link between the occurrence of certain conscious experience or mental states and the possession and behavioral dispositions of a body of a particular kind, quote unquote, a body, it's saying that, like, my thoughts exist, but my arms and chest and everything doesn't necessarily exist. Because while believing that material items could exist does not say you're not a solipsist, believing that they don't exist does not say you're not a solipsist either. They're separate things, but you could believe that your body and everything does not exist and just your own thoughts do, right?
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, that's possible. The experience of a given person is necessarily private to that person. It's weird that they worded it like that.
What is it?
The experience of a given person is necessarily private to that person.
Oh,
like,
yeah, nobody else can experience that.
Right. But it's weird that it's necessarily. Like, it needs to be private.
No, it just means that that's the only option.
Yeah, okay, that makes sense. And so that's where the whole theory of solipsism comes from, is because it is the only option, right?
Mm-hmm. We should talk about hedonism.
That'll be an episode later. I'm sure.
That's an interesting body of work.
Well, you can make that your topic next week if you want.
Oscar Wilde style. You ever read that book?
No.
Dorian Gray?
No.
The Picture of Dorian Gray?
No.
Oh.
Never even heard of it.
It was written by Oscar Wilde, who's a famous hedonist.
Yeah, okay. What year was this written?
I'm thinking mid 1800s.
Ooh, wow.
It's an interesting read, bro. It's about this guy. He wishes his life force sort of onto this painting, and from that moment on, he never ages. or like his body doesn't decay, but everything he does happens to the painting. It's like the painting gets really old.
Interesting.
His face in the painting is aging, and it gets scars, and it gets like blood on it and stuff.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm.
And why was this relevant? Oh, because hedonism.
Yeah, it was about hedonism, sort of. And,
All right.
well, I don't know, because it doesn't work out well for him. Spoiler alert.
All right. Well, I definitely won't read that.
So I can just tell you what happened.
Not because if you want to put a spoiler alert in the spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! He stabs the painting in the end, and then he dies.
That's cool. I like that.
Yeah, and then the painting goes back to normal. The painting looks exactly like him. It's because it spans like 10 years or something. And then he looks disgusting.
Cool.
Yeah.
Solipsism syndrome. I've heard of this, but I didn't know a name for it. Solipsism syndrome is a dissociative mental state. It is only incidentally related to philosophical solipsism. The lack of ability to prove the existence of other minds does not cause the psychiatric condition of detachment from reality. Obviously, because none of us can prove the existence of other minds, so that does not mean that you have it. But there are some people who live in a world where they feel like they're not even themselves. Have you heard of this before? It's like, it's a pretty big psychological issue. They feel like everything they do, like you ever wake up those days, this is how I've always like thought of it to be, you wake up those days and you're just like, you feel out of it all day, like you feel like you're not doing the stuff and you're just like going through the motions and stuff.
Yes, I have felt that way.
Yeah, I think that's like the closest that we feel to these people, and I think they feel like that basically every day.
But like,
and they're
more extreme.
Yeah, and like eventually they realize like, holy crap, like I'm not even myself right now, and like all this,
Yeah.
And so with those people, that's pretty interesting. I think they, maybe they're the ones that are next leveling.
You know what our topic's going to be next week?
What?
Artificial intelligence.
Okay.
I just thought of it.
We'll have to watch Her as study and stuff.
Already seen it.
I haven't, so I'll have to watch it.
We'll have to watch Artificial Intelligence.
Is that a movie?
Yeah, it's a Spielberg movie about a little kid who's a robot.
Ew.
And his family adopts him.
Creepy. Oh, you know what? I think I may have seen that on TV or sometime.
Yeah, it is called AI, and he lives for like 1,000 years or something like that.
When did that come out?
Like 2001, I think.
I think I've seen that on TV or something.
Yeah, it's probably been on TV.
Anyways.
It like flashes forward. It's already in the future, then they flash forward like even further into the future. And then he gets frozen. And then he's there for like another like several thousand years, and then they wake him up and he's like way in the crazy future.
Okay, I've probably seen it. Anyways, let's move on. So the people with that mental issue, I don't know who originally like came up with the idea of solipsism, but I think it's not necessarily like those people with the mental issue who would have created the idea, because some days, like we were talking about, some days you do wake up and you just feel like totally out of it and you don't feel like yourself and stuff. And it's a very weird feeling, right? I'm not sure if that gives any justification or evidence towards solipsism in itself, though. Like being a solipsist. However, if you do have that mental handicap, to you, the only thing that matters is that reality. So let's talk about that. Like, if you are a solipsist, right, the only thing that matters is your own belief in that sense anyways.
So you should just be a hedonist.
Well, not necessarily, but I mean,
probably
you can live your life accordingly, right?
I guess. But why would you?
Are you telling them to commit suicide?
Well, see, as far as I know, when I die, this world ceases to exist.
Atheist, you heard it here first.
No, I'm talking about this physical world that I live in.
Oh, sure.
As far as I know, you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I may ascend to some other form of reality, or, I don't know, I may just, consciousness just
right.
gone. But as far as I know, you know what I mean?
Right.
Like, everything that I can touch and feel is may just... That's a solipsist for you.
However, what if you were living your life right now and nothing felt real to you anyways? Would it matter if he ceased to exist?
It doesn't matter either way.
What? I mean, sure. Go kill yourselves, kids. That's what we're getting at here.
I mean, I hope you're not depressed or anything.
Yeah, jeez, I'm sorry. If I ended up killing someone because of this, I'm so sorry. I mean, don't kill yourself.
Yeah.
There's probably some kid who's gonna like watch to the 10 seconds before this, pause it, just like shoot himself and not watch this statement. Oh, sucks.
Man, now I gotta put an annotation that's just gonna
beforehand.
It's just gonna last the entire video.
No, we should just put it beforehand. Before you watch this video, make sure you are mentally stable and don't want to kill yourself. I'm totally gonna put that in.
And then we'll just have a banner at the top of the screen that says "Don't kill yourself."
Yeah.
And it'll just be the entire video.
Or some like that music that like is like inaudible, but when you're listening to it, it's just like don't kill yourself.
It's telling you that backwards.
Yeah, dude, there we go. But if it's telling you to don't kill yourself backwards, is it telling you to kill yourself?
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, it's like those songs when people play them backwards. And it's like clearly it's saying "Hail Satan" right here. And,
yeah, I don't understand that. Is your mind picking up on that it's happening backwards?
What do you mean?
Like, does your subconscious, can it process those?
I think that's like a theory of like when people were like, oh, rock and roll is bad, and then they were like,
play it backwards and listen.
Yeah, because it's Stairway to Heaven, right? Is like the main one where people are like, play it backwards, and it's
something hell.
It's something, I don't know. Really, that's just your brain creating that sound because that's what you want to hear. That's being biased.
Yeah, every instance of that is just like very vaguely saying that.
Yeah.
It's like very vaguely making out words.
But it's always just like, hell, you know?
Not even that clear.
No, it's not.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
And it's like because it's played backwards, it's like off, like no one could create that in their own mind. Like, that's so far and abstract, like, alright, let me create something that sounds backwards, or like, let me say something, play it backwards, and then see how that sounds to try to create a sentence.
Yeah.
Like, Hail Satan 666. Let's play it backwards. Let's see what that said. And
okay, if it's just now like, can we turn those into lyrics?
Yeah, like let's. All right, this kind of sounds like doorknob. And
yeah, they record their message first, and they play it backwards. Then they listen and they try to pick out lyrics.
Yeah,
that sounds right.
Exactly.
And then they sing that forward.
Yeah, and then they have to create the lyrics to be a coherent song too. So they have to find like all kinds of different. Yeah. That seems legit, guys.
But what gets me is like, is the subconscious brain actually processing those sounds backwards? And is your brain actually susceptible to what a song is saying backwards?
I don't think so, dude. Like, okay, think about this.
Oh, that movie Josie and the Pussycats, I think.
I've never seen it.
Oh, it's about this band.
Mm-hmm.
And like, it's about this little 3-piece like girl band, and they get picked up by this huge record label, and then like the twist, spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert! There's like, spoilers all throughout.
The big twist is like that like corporations like pay them to advertise in their music by like playing. When you play their songs backwards, there's like hidden messages in them to like buy certain things,
right?
And so like. They're like a huge conglomerate, and like they're like, okay, orange is gonna be the new color now, and so they put that into their music and stuff.
Okay, so that whole movie's based on the theory that it does, like, subconsciously. Dude, but think about this.
I mean, it's a comedy, but... Yeah.
Oh, okay. But think about this, like, I don't think our brain has that processing power.
I don't, yeah.
Because, like, you know how, like me and you, like... We're surrounded by music because we play instruments and stuff. But think about the people who aren't. Like, there are people who listen to music and don't, like, never know or listen to what even, like, the bass or the drums or anything's doing. So, imagine, like, if their brain's not processing that, like, I'm sure their brain is processing the lyrics backwards at the same time. Like,
Yeah.
that doesn't make any sense at all.
Like, there's a reason why dogs can sleep through loud music. It's because they can't perceive what they're hearing.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. It's like a droning noise, I guess. Like a fan going or
Right.
something.
They're not hearing the the individual instruments or the words, so their mind isn't processing it at all.
Well, I mean...
It goes the same for, like, if you're listening to a foreign language that you don't speak.
Right.
You can't pick up on, like, accents of different people or...
Well, I mean, kinda you could.
I mean, if someone was speaking Mandarin, I'm sure, like, you know, like, or, like, northern Japanese people sound different than, like, southern Japanese people, maybe.
Or
But
like,
I wouldn't be able to
like an
perceive
Indian
that.
person speaking Spanish or something is like clearly like, okay, this guy's got an Indian accent.
What? Maybe not. I don't know. I don't know what an Indian accent in Spanish sounds like.
I think it's exactly the same, dude. Like how, like a white person, if we were to speak Japanese or something, people would say, wow, you speak Japanese so white. I think we can understand accents.
But I think if you just heard them and you didn't see them, then you'd have a harder time distinguishing between, like, who's Japanese and who's not Japanese.
No way, dude, because if I were to speak Spanish or something, like, people can totally tell that it's not my native language, I think.
Well, your Spanish is a little different because it's a lot more similar to English than other languages. Like, the Latin-derived languages are a lot more similar. Like Spanish, English, Spanish, Italian,
Sure. Okay.
French.
Anyways, let's move on. Jeez.
We gotta get some linguistics in
Yeah.
every episode.
I don't even know what we were talking about there. Talking about how, like,
Music.
if you're living in a reality that where you feel separate from it, and I mean, it's a weird concept because while we technically live our day-to-day lives like that, I mean, we're not as separate as we think we are. You know what I mean?
What do you mean? Yeah, we are. We're all alone in the world.
I mean, there's like, okay, while there's no evidence of like physical to mental, like if I were to pinch my leg right here, there's a connection there, right? Like the senses that we have around us are, you know, like technically I could believe that my leg doesn't exist or something, but I also have to understand that my mind, my sentience is telling me, okay, I'm going to like pinch my leg right now to prove this point, and when I do, I'm going to get a response. But am I creating that response in my own mind, or is it actually happening because my leg is actually an object? Right.
Oh yeah, because you know you're going to... Wait, what if I pinch your leg? Did you feel that?
Well, see, I saw you doing it.
Okay, close your eyes.
However, no,
Close your
we
eyes.
don't even need to use this example.
Close your eyes.
I don't want you hitting me on air.
Close your eyes.
Uh-huh. I'm scared.
Did you feel anything?
Yeah, I did.
Okay, close your eyes.
But we don't even have to use that.
Okay, close your eyes. Did you feel anything?
No.
Okay, then you're right, because I just tapped you.
You didn't,
No,
though.
I didn't tap you.
We didn't even have to use that example. You can just think about when you're a little kid and you touch a pan that you didn't know was hot, and it gives you a hot reaction, right?
Yeah, that's not what you wanted.
It's not what, like,
not what you wanted
it
to
just
feel.
happens. So I think like the theory that objects and stuff don't exist is just like way out there, because clearly there is, well, there's not a connection of like necessarily your mind existing to other people's minds. I think there is a connection between your body and your mind. Right.
Yeah, but then you could use that to surmise that, yeah, other minds probably exist too.
Well, again,
Most
we could go
likely.
through like the evolution theory or something, where I could say you're still intelligent, you just don't have the, you know, the processes that I have, whatever that may be.
Yeah, but the same process that you just used to say that physical objects are real, you could use that to say that other sentient beings are real around you. You see what I'm saying?
But there's no like.
Because you're saying I can perceive hot and cold, and I can perceive things.
So you
via
could,
my
you could
senses.
use it like, you know, you could do the math and be like, okay, these people have the same reactions and feelings and stuff that I do, so they're probably sentient like me.
No. I'm saying you can do the exact same test. Because you're saying that the test is for real objects around, to prove that things are real around you.
Right.
Is that I can use my senses to perceive things that I can't imagine. Like a steaming hot pan.
Right.
Right? Like I can't imagine what that feels like, but I can sense it when I touch it.
Right.
Well, you can use that same test to see if other sentient beings around you are real as well.
How? What would be the test? How could... Because if we could test it, then we would set throw solipsism out, but we don't have a test for that.
Well, if we could use the same test that you just used by you closing your eyes and you perceive somebody else's actions with your own senses that you can't imagine yourself. You see what I'm saying?
But, however, if it's just you imagining that, like, I assume you're watching them do it?
That's the test.
Yeah,
you
so you're watching
eyes,
them do it, though, so your brain could be creating
Yeah,
that.
you close your eyes.
Okay.
Oh, I heard something that I couldn't see. So that means I perceived another being that I couldn't imagine.
What did you hear, though? You were talking about me?
You talking.
But you could imagine me. You fully expected me to be talking, actually.
Okay, just do something to me physically.
See, right now, you're expecting me to either do something physically or to not do something physically.
Yeah, but
I'm expecting 100% of the results.
Yeah, but I don't know what.
Yeah, but so what you're doing by doing that is proving your own existence and stuff, your own material existence, but not mine, dude.
No, because...
Let's use the hot pan example.
Because, okay, let's say you never touched a hot pan before.
Right, and you touch it.
Well, then now, okay, you know that that's real, right?
To you, yes.
To you, right.
Yes.
Because you don't know what extreme heat feels like.
Right.
And you can't imagine what it feels like because you've never felt it.
Right,
but
like
now,
the snowman from Frozen.
Yeah, but now you know. But now you know that that's real because you perceive something that you weren't able to previously.
Right.
So if a human does something to you unexpectedly...
No, you can understand that they're intelligent. Intelligence and sentience are not the same thing. We're using sentience in the sense that
like
you
an
are not
or
exactly
something?
the same as me in the way that I can think and see and perceive
Well, see,
everything.
so now you're just talking about maybe everyone around you is just slightly less... Just thinking at a slightly lower level than you are, right?
It's more of
like an animal.
Self-realization.
Like an intelligent
animal.
animal.
Do these people realize, do they have the self-realization that I do?
Well, if somebody else...
Because you could do it with an animal. If an animal touches a hot pan, like a cat or something, it's jumping off that counter or whatever, you know? It's freaking out about it.
But how can we know if somebody else around us is real?
Exactly. That's the whole theory.
What if they do something to you that's unexpected?
That's what you were just testing.
Right.
It's not relevant if it's unexpected because they can still be intelligent. They can be intelligent. I could be sleeping in my bed and a cat could come and jump on me, you know? The cat's intelligent.
So you know that that's real.
I know that it's alive and I know that it's intelligent. I do not know that it has the same sentient processes and self-realizations that I do.
Oh, okay.
It's the same.
But it's real, though.
It's the same thing as when people say, "Man, cats and dogs are so smart." You ever see them do this thing? They are so smart. You know, it's like they know what they're doing.
My whole thing is like
probably they don't actually.
But what I'm just trying to get at is whether or not these other things are real, and so by your standards, you're saying you can know.
We can know that materials exist. Yeah, we can prove that. I think.
Yeah, and even the intelligence.
Intelligence is a part of material, I think.
No, it's an inanimate object.
Sure, but I mean, it's part of a brain and stuff.
Yeah, so you can be sure that that exists also. So we're getting really close to proving that actual other people exist.
Yeah, we're on air right now. We need to be hired at be a professor at Harvard.
We're right on the cusp of it.
Yeah, so the only thing we haven't gotten is self-realization and...
That's close enough for me, I'll take it.
So you think everything does exist?
Yeah,
but the whole...
as long as everybody else
that's
is just
not the theory, though. Remember, material
animals.
existence is not the solipsistic theory. The solipsistic theory is that other people are not necessarily self-realized and sentient like I am.
Right, which we decided we can't necessarily know that, but we can know that other bodies, other humans exist that
are intelligent.
Have a certain amount. Because even a cat has a certain amount of self-realization, right?
There's
like a certain amount.
There's like in the sense that if it touches a hot pan and jumps off, yeah, but not in the sense that it questions its own existence.
Yeah, but yeah, of course, not to that level, but it knows that its actions are going to have effects and consequences to a certain degree. You know what I mean?
Well, I think that's more
it can
instinctual.
sort of sense. It can sort of, like a cat kind of knows sort of what another cat is, and kind of knows what a human is in a certain sense that they're different.
Not necessarily.
I think it recognizes that that a human is not the same as itself, and
I don't. We have no way to prove that, or if they do or not. I have no idea.
Yeah, I'm just saying they act as though.
I mean, I don't know. Like, I have a cat that acts a lot like a dog, and it might not know that's not a dog, you know?
But does it know that's not a person?
I don't know.
I'm just saying, as far as you can tell.
I mean, I have no clue.
So we're almost there, basically.
We're almost, but solipsism is still a viable theory because we're not there yet. Infant solipsism. Some developmental psychologists...
That's close enough for me to just totally disregard solipsism.
Well, I could say you're probably a good person for doing that. You're kind to think that the other people around you are just like yourself. You're putting them on a level. It's like feeling for animals. Like, the people around you could just be animals, but...
Well, I mean, if a chimp can, sign language to you and read and write...
That freaks me out, dude.
That's pretty close to a human being.
Yeah, that freaks me out, dude.
What?
Because how animals, like chimps and stuff, can sign language and stuff to show their intelligence. Because we go our whole lives thinking oh yeah, it's just an animal, But then it's oh, wait a second. If this chimp gets far enough along, we can literally talk to this animal like another human being, and that raises so many questions and stuff. Moral questions and stuff too.
I'd still kill it to save a human being.
Jeez. That's okay. What about an alien? Dude, an alien would be exactly the same thing as an animal. Would you kill it to save a human being? What if the alien was more intelligent? They're more intelligent than you.
What's the situation?
Yeah,
it depends on the situation.
You were with someone you don't know.
If it's a chimp versus human, I'd take the human every time. I'd put a bullet in that chimp's head.
Okay.
Without thinking about it.
Jeez, dude.
I mean, if it was like that, came down to that.
You're right.
I wouldn't hesitate.
Okay.
And of course that goes for any animal.
It's weird. I guess it's if you take the question of okay, well, is intelligence the most important thing? If it is, then you kill the human over the alien. But it's also okay, I'm a human, I'm going to take pride in this, I don't want to die, I'm going to stop these more intelligent beings from killing me. And it's
well, what is intelligence, right?
It's oh, we killed all the aliens, so then we're the superior people anyways. It's really a measure of your worth, but that's all.
Survival of the fittest, bro.
Well,
if
right,
we kill them all,
but
then
evolution
we're the
is not a
fittest.
sentient being, so it does not decide our worth. We decide our own worth for us.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Survival of the fittest.
Some developmental psychologists believe that infants are solipsist, and that eventually children infer that others have experiences much like theirs and reject solipsism. That's really weird and interesting. It's almost like an animal. Like an animal. I think it's basically like an animal. Like they're so like young and like misunderstanding of the world around them that they're just only focused on their own like primal instincts and needs. That they're like, I'm the only thing that exists. You know? It's the same as an animal would, you know? Some animals.
Yep. Well, wow, that's insane.
That's pretty crazy.
I don't think so.
Uh,
I don't think that a baby thinks that the people around him don't.
well, it's really a question of like how self-realized is the baby, because you know you're not really like self-aware or self-conscious.
Yeah, you've got to be
until-
self-conscious of your own existence before you can
That's what
question the existence of the people around you.
Right, and so they're saying they're solipsist even though, and they're saying eventually children infer. Like I guess they gain the ability to infer. That's what being self-conscious
But I don't think you can
is, and
be a
self-aware.
solipsist without recognizing yourself as an entity.
Right, what this is saying that some psychologists are saying that is solipsism for thinking that way. But if that's the theory, then I think most animals would probably be solipsists too, if not all of them.
Well, I don't know. Maybe they can infer that other people are having their own species are having.
I don't think so, dude. If they can, though, it's freaky. This is funny. At the end of the infant solipsism thing, it says, "See infant metaphysics." That's gonna be an episode right there. Infant metaphysics.
That's the name of a great metal song.
No, it's not. A metal song would be like Infant Annihilator. That's a band, actually. Infant Annihilator.
Oh, that's cool.
It is cool, dude. I don't really like them. Grind's boring. Metaphysics, though, isn't that like Led Zeppelin album or something? Metaphysical Graffiti or something like that?
You should watch Birdman. It's very meta.
I will watch it.
Thank you. That's your homework, dude.
Yeah, I'll watch it.
You will watch it, dude.
I'll watch
it's got
it.
your favorite actor.
Totally watch it. I do like Edward Norton, but I can't identify him as anybody else but the narrator, so Cornelius.
The Incredible Hulk.
I know, even when I've watched The Incredible Hulk on TV, though, I'm just like, what is Cornelius doing here?
American History X.
He basically just always plays the character from Fight Club.
You have not seen American History X. He's a white supremacist in that movie.
Is he? That's cool.
He smashes this dude's teeth into a curb.
That sounds like him from Fight Club.
No, it doesn't. It sounds nothing like him from Fight Club.
I mean, he smashes a guy's face into concrete. That's pretty similar.
No, he puts this guy's open mouth
Oh,
onto a curb
okay.
and then stomps on his head.
Oh, alright, that's enough. To discuss consequences clearly, an alternative is required. Solipsism as opposed to what? Solipsism is opposed to all forms of reality and many forms of idealism, insofar as they claim that there is something outside of the idealist's mind, that there is something outside the idealist's mind, which is self, another mind, or mental in nature. What? Realism in a minimal sense. Did you like spit out a gummy bear or something?
Uh-huh.
Gross, dude.
I just used your paper towel
that fell out of my pocket.
Yeah, you're...
Realism in a minimal sense that there is an external universe is most likely not observationally distinct from solipsism. What? Can I read that sentence again?
I'll allow it.
Realism in a minimal sense that there is an external universe is most likely that there is an external universe, we can feel the stuff around us and stuff like we were talking about, is most likely not observationally distinct from solipsism. So what they're saying is that if you believe that materialistic stuff exists, that's not distinct from solipsism. That's not separate from solipsism necessarily, like we were talking about. The objections to solipsism therefore have a theoretical rather than an empirical thrust. That's true. It's true. It's all theory that other people have the self-actualization and sentience that we do.
Cool. Well, this has been a really fun episode, guys.
I like this episode. Josiah doesn't like it for some reason.
I don't dislike it. It's a solid B minus, I would say, as an episode.
Solipsists may view their own pro-social behaviors as having a more solid foundation than the incoherent pro-sociality of other philosophies. Guys, I can't even say that I know what that means without reading it a second time.
I'll allow it.
Solipsists may view their own pro-social behaviors as having a more solid foundation than the incoherent pro-sociality of other philosophies. Interesting. So what they're saying, I think, is that they believe that what they're doing... I guess pro-social means like... like
they
morals and stuff, right?
Interact with people.
Yeah, but also like morals and stuff, right? As having a more solid foundation than the incoherent pro-sociality of other philosophies. So I guess the other philosophies being that everybody else exists and stuff. And so that's really interesting because what it's saying is some solipsists think that their reasoning for their morals and like interaction with others and how they interact with others is more legit than like the theory that everyone else exists. That's really weird. I'm not sure how or why they would think like that. Let's find out. Indeed, there may be more pro-social because they view other individuals as actually being a part of themselves. Oh! If they're the part of solipsism where they believe that they created everything, it's all in their own mind. That's interesting. It's being, I guess, hedonistic and selfish, but they're like, yes, I'm benefiting myself in some way. Furthermore, the joy and suffering arising from empathy is just as real as the joy and suffering arising from physical sensation. Oh, okay. That's self-explanatory. They view their own existence as human beings to be just as speculative as the existence of anyone else as a human being. That doesn't seem legit. They need to know that they exist themselves, I think. Epistemological, whatever that means.
I think it means you don't eat fish.
Yeah. Yeah. Epistemological solipsists may argue that these philosophical distinctions are irrelevant since the professed pro-social knowledge of others is an illusion. Whoa, that's getting meta. Did you get that? That's getting pretty meta.
Read that again.
Epistemological solipsists may argue that these philosophical distinctions are irrelevant. The distinctions that, these solipsists believe differently. Distinctions are irrelevant since the professed pro-social knowledge of others is an illusion in their own mind anyways. That's getting crazy. Like, jeez. So before you take apart your whole room, what about the theory that, since we didn't talk about it that much, so we gotta add on a little, that we are in a virtual reality created by someone else? Is that like more likely than the other? That, like, the theory that someone else created the external world around us other than our brain, that's more likely, right?
Yeah, because there's no reason for your own brain to create any kind of constraints on your reality.
Well, no, we didn't. That's not necessary, because your brain, we could have a physical world as we talked about. There could be a physical world and your brain is creating everything around it other than the physical world. But then I guess you run into those same issues.
Run into those issues of like
you have intelligence and stuff.
Animals.
Yeah. Interesting.
Are they autonomous actors?
Right.
In your world or what and whatnot.
You're right. But that comes down to the question of like, what is life? Like, what's the separation of us between like a rock and stuff?
Yeah.
And that's getting really complicated. So, if someone else created our world, though, then we reach this weird point where, do we exist in their world, like in the Matrix, where we're like in a pod or something?
So there's just one person in there.
Or, well, I mean, they could put us in different... They could have other people in different worlds. You know,
Like
it's just
every-
us in this
Yeah, but I'm
person.
just saying one person.
Yeah. Per universe or whatever. Or they could have multiples. They could have multiples in this universe and we don't know. Maybe me and you are the 2 in the whole 7 billion. You okay with that?
It's whatevs.
Yeah, it's whatevs. It's whatevs because there's all kinds of moral issues that arise with that. But if they created us and put us into this world, what are they? Are they also sentient beings just like we are? They would have to be, right? Because we would be assumed to be one of them. And so if we're one of them just put into an AI, that's how the rest of the world would be? So they would also have to be as self-realized and sentient as we are. I really like how you were able to grow a mustache so quickly, dude.
It's
You
one of
got
my
some
many
skill.
gifts.
Yeah. White people can't do that, unfortunately. I have to bring race into every episode.
I know, dude. Why are you such a racist?
I'm totally a racist, guys. Unfollow me. I'm totes a racist.
Or just tweet at him.
Tweet at me? Yeah, go ahead and tweet at me.
Just tweet at Jacob Clodfelter. You are a racist. Hashtag racist.
So, is there anything else on the on us living in a virtual reality that we missed?
No, just I'd like to meet the creator of The Matrix and ask him what's up with that pen.
What's up with that what?
That pen.
What pen?
The pen he clicks, dude, and you haven't seen The Matrix 2 where he meets the maker of The Matrix. In that white room with the TV screens.
I kind of remember that. 2 was the one I've seen the least.
And he tells him, and the
I've only seen 2 like once or
the
twice,
old
I think.
Santa Claus guy tells him how it works, and basically they just restart the Matrix every several years, and he is the one. And
Oh, interesting. I don't remember any of that.
wow, dude.
Dude, I told you, I've only seen the second one like once or twice. I've seen the
How many
first
times
one
have
like
you seen the third one?
I've seen the first one a lot, and the third one maybe like 10 or 15 times. Like it comes on TV the most, I think. I think the third one comes on TV the most.
Why are you watching so much TV? You know you can watch anything you want on the internet?
Dude, I don't actually spend time watching TV. Like I have a TV on while I'm doing stuff. I don't sit down and watch movies like you do. Which is why when you say watch Birdman, I say I'm not going to, because it really means I'm not going to for like 6 months or something, until one day I'm just like, man, I'm caught up on everything I need to do. I'm just gonna sit down and watch Birdman, you know? Still haven't watched Guardians of the Galaxy. It's been on my computer for months.
You can, I mean, that's, take it or leave it.
Dude, you
should
just
watch
made a lot
Whiplash.
of our fans really mad, because I know like everyone loved that movie.
Yeah, I mean,
haven't
it's
seen it,
a
though.
fan favorite, but I mean, 10 years, you know,
Mm-hmm.
it's gonna be like, man, what came out in 2015? Birdman.
2014,
Actually,
you mean?
what came out last year?
Yeah, 2014.
Mark my words, in 2024.
Mm-hmm. We don't have to mark your words, dude. We're recording them.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. I'm saying more people will be recommending you watch Birdman than they are Guardians of the Galaxy. 2024. Mark my words.
Or Whiplash.
Maybe, yeah. I think.
I know Whiplash was kind of like unheard of and stuff. That's one of the reasons I didn't see it in theaters. Yeah, I had to go to like theater downtown and stuff, right? That was like the only one around here that was playing it.
I think it played at an AMC.
I don't think
Actually,
so.
you can probably. It's probably at a theater right now, actually, because of the Oscars. Sometimes it expands wider because since it got nominated and it won. J.K. Simmons won for Best Supporting Actor.
Nice.
And I think it won like a writing award. But Birdman won 4 Oscars.
Okay, so
So how do you like that?
good.
Let's go ahead and cover the Oscars. What were your thoughts? What did you think of Neil Patrick
You can turn
Harris?
this off now. We stopped talking about solipsism. Solipsism could be real. There's no way to prove it, though. We're getting pretty close, though, as Josiah thinks. So maybe we'll
We're getting
prove it
pretty
one
close
day.
to proving that other people exist.
Don't live your life hedonistically though, because that's stupid, and don't live your life as if other people are just animals and not sentient like you are. Because chances are that they probably, well, chances don't say that they probably are sentient beings. It's really 50-50. But I mean,
chances are they are.
Chances are that they are, and chances are that they are not, because I think it's really 50-50.
No.
The whole reason we're discussing it is that it's 50-50. There's no overwhelming evidence one way or the other.
Yeah, there is.
No, there's not.
There is tipping evidence.
What's the tipping evidence? If you've got it, then it's not even a theory anymore.
Yeah, it's still a theory.
What's the evidence to say?
That people act without your knowledge.
Not necessarily. And your brain
Yes,
could be creating
necessarily.
that anyway, subconsciously.
I don't know how.
Or your brain might not have even created them, and people can be intelligent, and people can be just like animals, and they can be intelligent and stuff, but not be the sentient self. We already covered this, it's just like
It's
saying
true.
the same things over and over again.
What I'm saying is, I don't
It's
know how
50-50, guys.
rocket science works.
Uh-huh.
But there are rocket scientists making rockets.
Your theory's horrible. Yes, they can be intelligent. They could actually be even more intelligent than you, but they might not be self-realized or quote-unquote sentient like you are.
But I don't have any reason to think that they aren't.
The only reason you have to think that they aren't is because you can't prove it. There's no way to prove it at all.
Right.
It's just like with
But
the existence of God. It's 50-50. There's no overwhelming evidence either way, and there's no way to prove or disprove it at all. Well, I agree with you and admit that I've been playing devil's advocate a lot, and I think solipsism is pretty stupid. I am also of the firm belief that it's really 50-50, and you can believe it if you want to.
No, it's overwhelmingly not true.
This guy's wrong. If you would like to leave a comment on that, take a comment on that, you can. Oh wait, you want to talk about the Oscars, I think.
Oh yeah, what did you think of Neil Patrick Harris?
I didn't watch the Oscars, dude. Think I have time for that? I don't even watch the movies that the Oscars are about.
Alright everybody, thanks for watching. That concludes our Oscar
Can
coverage.
we talk about the Grammys with Beck and Kanye?
Yeah, did he get on stage? I don't watch the Grammys, dude. I don't even listen to the music that they're awarding you.
That's fair. Dude, you need to start just wearing like movie t-shirts. Because I always wear music t-shirts. You need to get shirts that have like Interstellar or something
Dude,
on them.
I wear superhero shirts. Those are movies.
Dude, you do, don't you?
Yeah.
Are you not wearing one right now though?
I'm not wearing a superhero shirt right now.
That's unfortunate. But your room's covered in superhero stuff, and my room's covered in band posters and
There's
stuff.
a Batman that's always right there.
There he is.
He's always there. He's always visible. Those posters are laminated, so they're always glistening from these lights, and you can't tell. But there's an Iron Man and a War Machine and a...
Did you like laminate those yourself, or did you...
No, I don't remember.
The Interstellar one's not laminated.
The Interstellar one they were giving out free at AMC when I saw that. And I have a Breaking Bad poster around here somewhere.
Do you really?
That I cannot find, yeah.
Oh, I want
and
that.
It's like yellow, and it's got Walter White on it.
Where'd you get it?
Dude, my mom got it for me.
On the
And
internet
I
or
don't know
something?
where she found it.
It's probably on the internet.
No, not on the internet.
Oh, okay.
My mom does not shop on the internet.
There's like that store at the mall that's like hip stuff like that could probably have it. I haven't been to the mall in years, so I don't know if it's even still there.
Hot Topic?
No.
They sell a lot of posters.
It's like Hot Topic. It's a store that sells like stuff related to media in general.
Oh yeah, like cardboard cutouts of people and stuff.
Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah. And like, like action figures of people, or like t-shirts with like Looney Tunes on it or something like that, or stuff like that.
Yes.
I don't know if it exists still. I don't know if that place still exists.
Have you been to Pasadena Town Square Mall?
I went there once. Wow, we're really revealing where we live. I went there once.
Or not. We live in the greater Houston area somewhere.
I went there once, and it was just to the Sears, I think. It was to get a cassette adapter for my car, and I hated
Whoa.
it because cassette adapters apparently aren't sold anywhere anymore. They're hard to find. You can't even find them at like Walmart and stuff.
Do you want one? I've got one.
No, I bought one.
Okay.
Now I have a new stereo and stuff and a new car, and I don't need that anyways. But at the time, I did. Well, it's like totally shut down and dead now, right?
What?
The mall, Pasadena Town Square Mall. No, I only went into the Sears, but
It's still there.
yeah, but I mean it's
So
basically
run
shut
down.
down. Yeah.
There's
All
no
malls are
chains
like that.
in there.
Malls don't really exist anymore.
Yeah, they do. What are you talking about?
Not around here, dude. Like Baybrook Mall was the only one. That one's pretty dead too.
There's Baybrook. You got the Galleria.
Okay, the Galleria I
That's
haven't been to
a
in like
huge mall.
at least like 10 years for the Galleria.
Oh my gosh, the
Okay,
Katy
9
Mills
years, I
Mall.
Katy Mills.
There's a
no.
Pearland Outdoor Mall.
Okay, I haven't been. You're
There's-
naming a bunch of ones that like you probably never go to either.
Dude, the outdoor one, I don't. It's kind of small, but there's this other one called. It's got a weird Tanger Outlets. It's like an outlet mall.
Tanger Outlets, I'm pretty sure it's pronounced, because I've heard of it before, and I've seen commercials where they say Tanger Outlets. I think.
Oh, okay, maybe so. Tomato.
No,
But that's a
it's-
cool mall because it's just all outlet stores, so everything's cheaper.
What's the definition of an outlet store?
It's like let's say like Nike, when they discontinue things, they send all their excess
Ooh, that's cool.
all those shoes that they discontinued to the outlet stores.
That's cool.
So like a lot of stuff they don't have like a certain size or whatever, but like there's no like going to the back to get you another 10.
There's no going to the back anyways. It doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, Fossil, there's a Fossil there. Well, you can
it's
follow
like
me
the-
on my other channel if
Nice,
you want
dude.
to.
Nice money and receipt right there.
You can follow me on my other channel.
Let me show off my tips I made tonight and like brag. Oh, and drop change all over you. Yeah. Since
Whoa,
we're showing off
dude.
money,
Dude, you are making too much money there.
making too much money, dropping change all over your room. Dude, you can just keep all that.
Wow, dude, just throwing it in my face how much money you make.
Yeah. Okay, that's gonna be it for us. Believe in solipsism. It's the one true reality. 420. You can find him. Where can they find you? All the places they can find you. That's it.
JosiahSunder.com at YouTube.net.
That's it. Nailed it. You know you have a headphone hanging out of your hoodie? Were you actually like listening to music or something? What is up with that?
I mean, I was, but not during the podcast.
I mean, yeah. It's not like high school where you got like one earbud in and you're just like rocking out.
But yeah, sometimes I am listening to stuff on my phone and surfing the net.
Really? You know
Yeah.
computers have speakers, right?
Yeah, different like podcasts that like they're already all in order on my phone.
Oh,
And
okay.
it's just like more convenient to just hit play there than to go to those individual websites and
Gotcha. Okay, so you can find Josiah at 373 Saves Them Backwards at youtube.com.
dude, I want to get an e-cigarette.
Really?
Yeah,
Why?
cuz it looks cool.
Are we going to talk about this?
There's no smoke.
Yeah. It's still not healthy for you, you know that, right?
It is.
No, it's not.
Well, it's not bad for you.
Yeah, it is. It's already proving to cause health issues and stuff.
Like what?
Dude, you don't even know. How did you...
See, yeah, you don't have to use nicotine either.
Right, but it's not just water vapor. Like everyone's like, yeah, it's just water vapor, and it's like, no, it's not. You know,
It's
like
water vapor, and then if you get like
there's like flavors and
there's
stuff that
nicotine
you're.
and flavors and stuff.
Yeah. You know, I don't want to say that on air. I don't want to give anybody away. I don't want to get anyone in trouble.
Who?
Who
could you possibly get in trouble?
A certain person that we know, who we may or may not have referenced on the show before by name, has been trying. I think he bought one actually.
Who? Matthew?
Wow, you can't say it by name. I don't want to get him in trouble. Actually, no one's gonna watch this. Yeah.
Does he smoke the real ones? Is it nicotine, Phil?
I have no idea actually. Oh, I was gonna look up the.
Wow, he's got a vape, dude. What is it? Is it like one of the pen ones, or is it like a cigarette one?
I couldn't tell.
Because I know most people that seriously do it, like have like a big one that looks like a pen or something, because the batteries, you know, fitting a tiny battery into one that actually looks like a cigarette.
Right.
It's really small.
Dude, every time I think of vaping, I'm always like thinking of like obviously it's bad for you and stuff, but it's been proven clearly to be bad for you. Like, come on, guys, like filling your lungs with like water vapor over and over again. I'm sure that's great for you. And I'm not.
You never sat in a sauna before?
No, I haven't actually. But anyways,
You've never
some
been
people,
in a kitchen.
a lot of people
with
are going
cooking?
to get really mad at me about this. But if you vape in a public place, I hate you. Like indoors in a public place, I hate you.
Why? It's just water vapor. Dude.
It's so rude, dude.
There's no secondhand smoke.
You ever been sitting in front of someone and they just like blow it out and they're like, dude, it's just water vapor. It's like you breathe it in and stuff and you're just like, you're a horrible person. I can't stand that. It's just like so inconsiderate. But, what was I gonna say? Dang it, you keep interrupting.
Vaping is really bad for your health.
Oh no, every time I think about vaping, I always like think of like we're living in the future, dude. Like every time I picture the future, like it's like what are people in future clubs gonna be doing? Like you see them sitting around tables like vaping and stuff. They're not like smoking cigarettes. They're like, you know, it's just water vapor with flavors, man.
It is high tech.
Like,
if you think about it, you charge them.
Yeah.
You charge your smoking device, and they have LEDs in them and stuff.
It's pretty crazy.
Like the one I want to get has a red LED.
Oh, too cool for school.
On the tip. Well, I just want it as a prop for my short films. So I can have my main protagonist
$100
lighting
prop.
one up. Dude, they're not, dude. They're
Are
under,
they cheaper now?
Under $20 you can get one.
Seriously?
Yeah.
I mean, like the blue was
they have
the first one. Like
they have
years
disposable ones that are like $6 or $7.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, but I mean, if you want to get like a real one, you get one for like $16.
But yeah, dude, I always picture like a club from like Mass Effect or something with like a bunch of aliens just sitting around listening to whatever the future music is. Just. You know.
Ooh, dubstep.
I doubt it. It's usually just dance music. It's probably, let's be honest, guys. The only music that's not going anywhere is music that makes you want to dance.
Dubstep.
Dubstep doesn't make you
We're
want to dance.
safe, dude.
Dubstep doesn't want to make you want to dance.
It makes me want to dance.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what I'm talking about, like, you know, stereotypical club music. Everybody in the club getting tipsy.
Dude, just don't, that's not, you're not, it just doesn't work, dude.
What doesn't work? Because I'm not black or something?
It just, no, it has nothing to do with your race, it's just your personality.
My personality? Dude, I was listening to some, like, Mystical the other day, so...
See, that doesn't qualify you, that's what you need to understand.
Bro, Uptown Funk is like one of my jams, like all the time now.
Still.
I play bass.
Look, does this song make you want to dance? Did that make you want to dance?
Dude, yes.
Did it? What about this?
No. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. I mean, but that's really biased because, like, you know, freaking, like, tech death makes me want to dance. We're gonna have to cut this out. Is this copyrighted music?
Yeah.
Crap. Okay, well, we didn't play 8 seconds of it. You have to play more than 8 seconds of it for issues to be arisen.
We need to kill this episode, dude.
Yeah, it needs to go. This
All
episode
right.
doesn't even exist. Facebook.com/TCOpodcast, TCOpodcast@gmail.com, 373 Save Them Backwards at YouTube.com,
JosiahSandu.com/YouTube.net
/Ironman camera canon something. Twitch.tv/NurianLindale, NEURIONLINDALE. I never get on there anymore, but I should maybe stream some magic at some point. You can find my I mean, I stream occasionally, just not in the past like 2 weeks. I haven't. You can find my YouTube channel. I posted a new video there that nobody watched, and I'm plugging myself, but I'm gonna keep doing it anyways. Add me on Facebook.
Tune in next week when we talk about something really cool.
Jacob.podfilter.5.
I'm
gonna be talking about something
research
really
the heck
cool.
out of artificial intelligence.
Dude, you should research the heck out of it, and you can be the host, and I can be the expert.
Okay. I want to be the. Okay, fine.
You're gonna have the phone with all the thoughts and stuff.
Can I just write out the notes and then you read them to me and then I respond to them?
You're gonna
respond to my own notes that you're reading.
Are you gonna put stupid questions like Jacob say this, and I'm gonna have to like read it out loud? Like I like butts and hot dogs or something.
Yes. I'm gonna write that. I like butts in hot dogs.
I said and hot dogs.
You said in, dude.
I said and.
Check the tape.
Butts and hot dogs.
You like pig butts.
Cutting off people's butts and putting them in hot dogs. That's what hot dogs are, by the way. I'm gonna be a snobby vegetarian and say you're eating. No, I actually don't care at all. You can eat whatever you want.
Thank you. Golly, finally.
No, I've never cared.
Finally, you get off your vegetarian high horse.
Yeah, my high horse.
Your meat-free horse.
Yeah, my meat-free
It's not
horse.
even a real horse. It's a soy horse.
Some dude today at work asked me if I thought the beef or the sausage was better. On the phone, I was like, couldn't tell you.
Dude, it's beef, obviously.
I think I agree. I haven't had meat in like 7 years, but I think I would have said beef too.
Dude, if you're gonna pick between a meat and a composite meat, you go with the meat.
Okay, I would go. Yeah. I mean, I wasn't gonna like.
What is the beef? Well, you have beef topping. What is that? Is it hamburger?
Yeah. People who say hamburger is stupid. It's beef. Hamburger is literally just beef, so yeah, it's beef.
But when you say hamburger, you know it's ground beef.
I guess.
When you say beef, it could be like fajita meat. I mean, it could be.
Sounds good, dude. Doesn't Taco Bell have a Mexican pizza?
They do. I don't think there might be ground beef on it, actually. Yeah, when you say hamburger meat, that's implied.
Whatever.
That's what you're implying, is that it's ground beef.
I guess. I don't know.
Well, yeah, in that case, you still go with the hamburger. Well, actually, probably at a pizza place, they're both probably equally.
I don't know, dude.
The
sausage does smell pretty bad, though. Like that's though. Like I occasionally still think that like meat smells good or whatever sometimes. Like, but that sausage smells.
Why don't you
awful.
just eat meat?
Dude, no way. Like, well, I might think it smells good or looks good rather. I still like get like disgusted by the thought of eating it.
Get disgusted.
It's just been so long that I haven't had it. And I'm just like, ugh. You know what? I take that back. I don't think meat smells good anymore. I used to. Way back in the day, I did. Nowadays, when I smell bacon or something, I kind of get grossed out. Anyways,
Why?
I don't know. It's just because I haven't had it.
It's just the flesh of another animal.
I know. That's not a big deal. Like,
you just rip into it.
I know. It shouldn't be so taboo. But
just sinking your teeth into those cooked tendons, ligaments, and muscle fibers.
Should we cut this episode now?
Yeah. All right.
The music's already playing. It's already going like boom, 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 boom. You know, doing that, whatever.
Yeah.
All
right. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you next time. Bye. Oh, I'm so tired, dude.
Nice. You can keep that.